Trump administration is reversing a pledge. They said, if you don't support Israel and you don't allow your businesses to engage with them, you create a boycott in your state, you don't get federal funds. The Department of Homeland Security removed its statement that said states must certify that they will not sever commercial relations, specifically with Israeli companies. The U.S. government, now the Trump administration, is reversing a pledge. They said, if you don't support Israel and you don't allow your businesses to engage with them, you create a boycott in your state, you don't get federal funds. American states, American cities won't get American dollars if that American city or that American state doesn't want to interface with Israel. Is that the right priority for the Trump administration, for an American president and an American government to be doing? Well, I don't think so. And so there was a lot of public outcry about this yesterday. As soon as the memo dropped, they came back down and reversed it. And I've got them both pulled up here, and so we can take a look at them side by side. That's the old one. This is the new one. You can see the first page doesn't change at all, but we'll side by side them and we'll see what they look like. But here's what Reuters is reporting. They said the Trump administration on Monday reversed course on requiring U.S. cities and states to rebuke boycotts of Israeli companies in order to get disaster funds, which is a disaster policy, according to a statement, and deleted the earlier policy from its websites. Like, wow, I can't even believe they posted it. Now, the Department of Homeland Security removed its statement that said that states must certify that they will not sever commercial relations, specifically with Israeli companies. That's interesting. To qualify for funding. So if you don't work with Israel, then you don't get your dollars in your own country. Reuters reported on Monday that the language applied to at least $1.9 billion that states rely on to cover search and rescue, emergency manager salaries, backup power systems, among other expenses, according to 11 agency grant notices reviewed by Reuters. Now, this is a shift for Trump, which has previously tried to penalize everybody and everything over anti-Semitism, which is like the new phrase du jour. The disaster funding requirement took aim at the boycott and divestment and sanctions of some other place. The campaign supporters grew more vocal in 2023, and Tricia McLaughlin said, hey, hold on, she represents Homeland. She says FEMA grants remain governed by existing law and policy and not political litmus tests, which should be good because it's our money. Now, Homeland oversees the FEMA. FEMA in grant notices on Friday said that it must follow terms and conditions. And here are the documents. So we'll pull this up. Let's just do a side-by-side over on this, and we can just match them up and take a look at them together and see what they look like. But here they are. So as we scroll down, let's go down to page 2, see what was deleted. Looks like it's about the same. We see some changes right here, it looks like. 5, actually it looks like just the sizing might be a little bit different. Yeah, so all right, so that looks good. FY 2025 definitions. We got 9, communication happening, copyright, disbarment, suspension, and then anti-discrimination is where we are. So it looks like we got some changes here, and I think this is the separate document. It says here, if you want, recipients must comply with all anti-discrimination laws, which means, over on this document, it means no diversity, equity, or inclusion. It means discriminatory means prohibited boycott. Wow, there it is right there. Says refusing to cut a deal with Israel. So if you're right here, if you boycott Israel, that is discrimination. Discriminatory prohibited conduct means refusing to deal, cutting commercial relations, or otherwise limiting commercial relations, specifically with Israeli companies, or with companies doing business in or with Israel, or authorized by, licensed by, or organized under the laws of Israel to do business. And I don't know who put that in there, man, but stuff like that makes you want to get more aggressive with making sure you're decoupled from Israel. So why is this happening? Why are we conditioning American money based on relationships with foreign governments? Who wrote that in there? And is this happening anywhere else? And if it is, it should be, and of course it should be rooted out, obviously, root and stem. So it's ridiculous. So it looks like they deleted it. Now, a lot of people were furious about that because that's ridiculous. Now, we saw this. Candace Owens was one calling it treason, calling it an act of treason. And I know a lot of people might not support Candace or have a lot of opinions about her, but she is massive. Her shows are getting like 1 million views a pop every single time, which is blowing everybody else you can even name out of the water. And so she's saying this is an act of treason. He is now working to undermine Americans in favor of a nation that's hostile to the United States. A lot of people on X were supporting this. Even people like Cigar and others, Sager and over at Breaking Points. He was all over this yesterday, and he said the same thing, saying it's basically ridiculous. So, of course, the reversal is now happening, it looks like. As you can see, let's take a look at the second document. So, subsection D, in this subsection for anti-discrimination, we had E and F. So, you'll notice over here we have an F, right? Now, when we go over here to the new document, you'll see they just deleted the Israel paragraph, which should have never been in there. And I'd like to know who put that in there. Subsection D is gone. So now they just deleted that. It goes, so basically this whole paragraph is gone and we don't have an F in this paragraph now. And let's see if this new document has any Israel at all in it. So search control, no Israel. No, let's see, like Semitism. Let's see, no Semitism. I think that's probably it. So sounds like it's not in the new one. It's another 12 pager. But obviously that's ridiculous. I mean, why wouldn't they just condition it? Like, what if they put Ukraine in there? If you boycott Ukraine because you're mad about that, or you boycott any other country, like why special privileges for Israel? It makes a lot of people start to go, what? That's weird. You're going to say that a foreign business has higher priority than American citizens who are in an emergency? Are you out of your friggin' minds? So what we have now is a reaction to that, obviously, and so they have reversed course on that, and we'll see what else comes of it. But good to see the administration is listening to people and making the decisions to reverse when it's necessary.